So this is a very good question. As you can see, this is not about innovation, right? I'm sorry, people might get disappointed, but this is not about innovation. This is about innovating. And this is about building this innovating muscle. And as I said, the definition for innovating is to look for new ideas, which means that you're looking for ideas doesn't mean that you find them, but you have to keep looking, right? It's about looking for new ideas. Now you have already some sort of let's say a criteria, because the idea has to create value for the customer and for the company, right? So I mean, there's this little test already, I call it the value test. This is what Iwashita, the Japanese guy, was doing. What's the value for the company? I mean, what's the value first for the customer? What's the value for the company? Then the second thing, so it's about, generating ideas. And here it's about the numbers. It's about generating a lot of ideas. It's and you can see that how can you get more ideas? Well, you get everybody involved, not just the R&D. The more people across the organizations are involved in this innovating kind of engine, the more ideas you generate. Second, you innovate in everything you do. So you're going to have ideas in all areas of the company. And then my third pillar is to say that innovating, this exercise or this activity of getting involved in not executing but innovating activity, even if it's like I said, if it is 30 minutes every two months, if you make this a habit, you don't start innovating when there's a crisis. You're doing it all the time. Then you get a lot of ideas. And by the way, these ideas, when they're presented, there's nobody who can tell you which ones are going to be a disruptive idea and which one's going to be a small improvement or maybe a rubbish idea. So you put all of these ideas into, I showed you, like, for instance, at Corsa, they have this stage gates process. So then you get all of these ideas. They're all equally important. There's no way to know which one is better than the other. And then basically you go through the process, which is a selection process. So, and again, I don't want to kind of go too much into the details, but there are tests. We have tests to find out whether the idea is going to create value for a customer. And then of course, so this is the first test, right? The marketing test. Will there be a market for this new idea? Then there's of course the financial test. Is this going to make money for us, or is this going to create value for the company if it's an internal idea? And then of course there's the operational test. So the stage gate has a number of filters on a regular basis to reduce the number. Like you might start with, like, I can give you an example. For instance, I was talking about the 7-step process there that I mentioned. This is a 7-step. Actually, I'm kind of running one right now with a company here on campus, and they start in the beginning. They might start with like 30 ideas, and within the space of the 7 steps runs over 3 months. 3 months with a team of 5 to 7 people. And they run through the process, and in the end, they are able to generate up to 5 ideas that they can present to an executive committee. So they generate a lot of ideas out of the tools, observing the customers, the non-customers, and all that. They can go up to 80 ideas, and out of these 80 ideas, they have all sorts of tests that we, submit them to, and they end up with 5. And in the end, they have to present 1 because they are a competitive team playing against them. I'm just trying to give you some sort of the reality check. I'm not talking about something kind of conceptual. These are processes that we actually run, and there are many examples. I mean, I showed you a little bit, and they're like more than almost 8 to 9 companies that have run these processes mentioned in the book. Yeah.